Ladies and gentlemen, imagine, just for a moment, that the life you dream of, the life full of possibilities, achievements, and fulfillment, is waiting for you. Imagine it is not far away, not in some distant future, but just on the other side of your commitment, on the other side of your decision to act today. The power of now is one of the most transformative principles you can embrace in your life, especially when it comes to learning and personal growth. Too often, people fall into the trap of postponing their goals and dreams, thinking there will be a better time in the future to start, to act, or to commit. We convince ourselves that we need to wait for the right circumstances, the perfect environment, or a moment when everything feels just right. But the truth is, the only moment we truly have is the present moment. This moment, right now, is the only time when you have the ability to make a real difference in your life. When you understand the power of now, you realize that each choice you make today shapes your future. The act of studying, learning, and expanding your mind is not something that can be postponed indefinitely without consequence. Every hour you delay is a missed opportunity to grow, to gain knowledge, and to move closer to your goals. Life is not a rehearsal. It is happening in real time, and the decisions you make in this very moment create the trajectory of your journey. When you choose to study now, you are exercising control over your destiny. You are taking the raw material of your time and transforming it into something valuable, something that enriches your mind and equips you to navigate life more effectively. Waiting for the perfect. Time is an illusion because circumstances are rarely perfect, and no external conditions will ever fully align to give you the confidence to start. The only thing you can rely on is your willingness to act in the present. By embracing now, you also cultivate a mindset of responsibility and empowerment. You begin to understand that your life is not controlled by luck, by external forces, or by the limitations of your past. Instead, it is shaped by your present decisions and actions. Every page you read, every concept you learn, every moment you dedicate to your personal growth becomes a building block for your future. When you act now, you plant seeds that will grow into opportunities, wisdom, and success. The moment you delay, those seeds remain dormant, and the potential they hold is lost. The power of now reminds you that your future is created one choice at a time, and the most powerful choice is to act immediately rather than defer. It teaches you that time is your most precious resource, and the only way to honor it is by taking deliberate action in this very moment. When most people think of studying, they immediately picture textbooks, classrooms, and exams, but true study goes far beyond the pages of a book. Study is not merely an academic exercise or a pursuit of grades. It is a journey of expanding the mind, enriching the soul, and understanding the world and yourself on a deeper level. Life itself is the greatest classroom, and every experience, interaction, and challenge offers a lesson if you are willing to pay attention. To study is to observe, to question, and to seek meaning in the patterns of life. It is the conscious effort to absorb wisdom, not just facts, and to apply that knowledge to improve your character, decision making, and personal growth. This kind of study requires curiosity and openness. It means listening carefully, reflecting deeply, and being willing to change your perspective when new understanding emerges. Knowledge without application is like a seed that is never planted. It exists, but it never grows or bears fruit. True study combines information with insight, theory with reflection, and learning with practical action. It involves learning about your own mind, recognizing your strengths and weaknesses, understanding your emotions, and cultivating habits that enhance your ability to think clearly and act wisely. When you engage in this form of study, every moment becomes an opportunity to learn something meaningful. Conversations with others, exposure to new ideas, observing nature, or even contemplating your own experiences can teach lessons that no textbook can fully convey. The act of studying in this broader sense empowers you because it equips you with the tools to navigate life more effectively, make wiser choices, and respond to challenges with clarity and resilience. It is an investment in yourself that transforms your potential into reality. Furthermore, understanding that study is more than books helps to break the limiting belief that learning only happens in formal settings. The world itself is a living, breathing library, offering endless opportunities to acquire knowledge and insight. By embracing this perspective, you cultivate a lifelong habit of curiosity and learning that keeps your mind sharp, your spirit engaged, and your potential ever expanding. This approach to study shifts your focus from external validation, grades, certificates, or approval from others, to intrinsic growth and personal fulfillment, where learning becomes a joyful, empowering pursuit rather than a burdensome task, and you begin to realize that every action, every thought, and every experience can be a source of knowledge absolutely. Here's an expanded explanation of point 3. Invest in yourself. In about 450 words. Investing in yourself is the most valuable decision you can ever make, because it is the foundation for everything else in your life. When you dedicate time, energy, and resources to your own growth, you are creating the conditions for success, fulfillment, and empowerment. Too often, people spend countless hours working for others, worrying about external circumstances, or trying to meet the expectations of society, all while neglecting the most important project of their lives, themselves. Investing in yourself begins with recognizing that your mind, body, and spirit are your greatest assets. Learning new skills, acquiring knowledge, improving emotional intelligence, and cultivating healthy habits are all forms of self-investment that pay dividends far beyond the immediate moment. Every hour you devote to studying, reflecting, and expanding your capabilities is an investment that compounds over time, shaping your character, confidence, and capacity to navigate life's challenges. Unlike material possessions, which can depreciate or be lost, the growth you achieve through self-investment becomes a permanent part of who you are. By choosing to prioritize yourself, you also send a powerful message to the world, that you are committed to becoming the best version of yourself, and that your potential is worth nurturing. This commitment requires discipline, focus, and often the willingness to step outside of your comfort zone. It may mean sacrificing temporary pleasures or distractions to dedicate time to reading, learning, or practicing skills that will empower you in the long term. Yet the rewards of this investment are immeasurable. When you invest in yourself, you increase your ability to create opportunities, to inspire others, and to make meaningful contributions in every area of your life. You become more resilient in the face of adversity, more creative in problem solving, and more confident in your decisions. Self-investment is not selfish. It is necessary because the more you grow, the more you are able to positively impact the world around you. It is the difference between living reactively, letting life happen to you, and living proactively, where you consciously shape your path and take responsibility for your outcomes. Every choice you make to improve your mind, your skills, and your character is a step toward freedom. The freedom to live on your own terms, to pursue your passions, and to reach your highest potential. And it is the most secure and reliable investment you can make because it yields lifelong returns. If you want, I can continue with point 4 and create a similar 450 word expansion for each of the remaining points ultimately producing a full-length, detailed motivational guide based on your sermon. Certainly, here's an expanded explanation of point 4. Your mind is a garden, in about 450 words. Your mind is like a garden, a living space that flourishes or withers depending on what you choose to cultivate within it. Every thought you entertain, every belief you hold, and every idea you nurture is like a seed planted in the fertile soil of your consciousness. Just as a gardener carefully selects what seeds to plant, waters them, and tends to them daily, you too must be intentional about the mental seeds you allow to grow. Positive, empowering thoughts, knowledge, and creative ideas are the seeds of success, happiness, and personal growth. Negative thoughts, self-doubt, and limiting beliefs, on the other hand, are like weeds that spread quickly if left unchecked, taking up space that could otherwise be filled with opportunity and potential. The condition of your mind directly reflects the quality of your life because your thoughts shape your emotions, your decisions, and ultimately your actions. If you spend time focusing on fear, insecurity, or excuses, your mental garden becomes overgrown with obstacles and limitations. But when you consciously choose to cultivate wisdom, curiosity, and courage, you create an environment in which your potential can thrive. This requires consistency and awareness. Just as weeds do not grow overnight, neither does mastery of the mind or the realization of your potential. It takes regular practice, reflection, and conscious effort to remove the negative patterns and nurture the positive ones. Reading, studying, meditation, self-reflection, and surrounding yourself with supportive, inspiring influences are all ways to tend your mental garden. It also requires patience, because growth is often invisible at first. You may not see immediate results, but every thoughtful decision, every moment spent learning, and every positive attitude you embrace contributes to the fertile ground that will produce abundance over time. Furthermore, understanding your mind as a garden helps you take responsibility for what you allow to flourish. You begin to realize that external circumstances alone do not determine your happiness, success, or growth. You have the power to shape your internal world, and by doing so, you influence every aspect of your life. The more consciously you plant seeds of knowledge, confidence, gratitude, and creativity, the more vibrant and resilient your mental garden becomes. You also learn to recognize and remove the weeds of fear, negativity, and procrastination before they take root. This metaphor reminds you that growth is not accidental. It is deliberate, intentional, and cultivated daily, and the richness of your life is a direct reflection of the seeds you choose to plant in your mind if you want. I can continue with **point 5 and expand it into 450 words, in the same style, so we can systematically build the full motivational guide. Do you want me to do that next? Absolutely. Here's an expanded explanation of **point 5. Choose growth over stagnation, in about 450 words. Choosing growth over stagnation is one of the most empowering decisions you can make in life, because it reflects your willingness to embrace change, challenge yourself, and move beyond the comfort of the familiar. Stagnation is subtle. It often disguises itself as comfort, routine, or safety, making it easy to settle into patterns that do not serve your higher potential. While staying in your comfort zone may feel secure, it also limits your ability to learn, evolve, and create the life you truly desire. Growth, on the other hand, requires courage, discipline, and a conscious commitment to improvement. It is the choice to seek knowledge when it is easier to remain ignorant, to confront your weaknesses when it is easier to ignore them, and to act when inaction feels safer. Every person has the opportunity to expand their mind, develop their skills, and enhance their character, but these opportunities require intention. Growth is not always comfortable. It demands patience in the face of difficulty, persistence when results are not immediate, and resilience when challenges arise. Yet it is precisely through these challenges that you discover your capacity, your creativity, and your strength. To choose growth over stagnation is to reject excuses and refuse to let fear dictate your actions. It means acknowledging that life will continue moving forward regardless of your choices, and that by remaining passive, you risk falling behind, missing opportunities, and living below your potential. Conversely, when you actively pursue growth, you open yourself to new experiences, perspectives, and possibilities that can transform your life. Growth is cumulative. The small, consistent efforts you make today compound over time, producing profound results in your skills, knowledge, and personal fulfillment. It also fosters a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. When you focus on growth, you recognize that every challenge is a lesson, every setback is an opportunity, and every step forward, no matter how small, moves you closer to your goals. Stagnation thrives on passivity, distraction, and self-doubt, while growth flourishes in an environment of curiosity, discipline, and intentional action. By consistently choosing growth, you not only enhance your own life, but also inspire those around you to pursue their own potential. You create a ripple effect, encouraging others to step out of their comfort zones and embrace learning, development, and transformation. And the more you commit to growth, the more you realize that life's challenges are not obstacles but stepping stones if you want. I can continue with point 6 next **, expanding it into 450 words in the same motivational style, so we can build all 10 points into a complete, detailed guide. Certainly. Here's an expanded explanation of point 6. Small steps lead to big change, in about 450 words. Small steps may seem insignificant at first, almost invisible in the grand scheme of life, yet they are the foundation of all meaningful transformation. Too often, people look for instant success, dramatic results, or faltering breakthroughs, and when they don't see them immediately, they become discouraged and give up. But the truth is, every monumental achievement, every personal transformation, and every profound change begins with a single, deliberate step. Small, consistent actions accumulate over time, creating momentum that propels you forward, often in ways you cannot yet see. Imagine a snowball rolling down a hill. At first, it is small and unnoticeable, but as it continues to roll, it gathers size, weight, and power, eventually becoming unstoppable. Your daily choices, the minutes you dedicate to learning, the habits you form, and the positive actions you take are all like tiny snowflakes that, over time, build a force capable of transforming your life. The beauty of small steps is that they make progress manageable and attainable. You don't need to wait for a perfect plan, ideal circumstances, or overwhelming motivation to begin. You only need to take the next right action, no matter how small, and trust that cumulative effort will produce results. This approach also builds confidence and resilience. Each small step you take reinforces your ability to act, your belief in yourself, and your commitment to growth. It teaches you patience and persistence because real change does not happen overnight but gradually through dedication and repeated effort. Small steps also reduce fear and overwhelm. When a goal seems enormous or unattainable, it is easy to feel paralyzed. Breaking it down into smaller, actionable steps makes it approachable, giving you clarity and focus while keeping you motivated to move forward. Over time, these small steps create a ripple effect. They influence not only your abilities and circumstances, but also your mindset, shaping you into a person capable of achieving far more than you initially imagined. Growth becomes inevitable when you honor the process of incremental improvement, understanding that the journey itself is as important as the destination. Every small step compounds, building strength, knowledge, skill, and resilience that prepare you for even greater opportunities. And the consistency of these actions transforms not only your outcomes, but also your character if you want. I can continue with point 7 next **, expanding it into 450 words in the same style to keep building this complete motivational guide from your sermon. Certainly. Here's an expanded explanation of **point 7. Your past does not define you, **, in about 450 words. Your past is often seen as a record of mistakes, failures, and limitations, but it does not have to define who you are or what you can achieve. Many people allow the experiences, decisions, and circumstances of their earlier life to dictate their present actions and future potential. They carry the weight of regrets, missed opportunities, or perceived shortcomings, believing that they are trapped by what has already happened. The truth, however, is that the past is simply a collection of moments from which you can learn, not a chain that binds you. Every person has the power to choose how they respond to their past. You can view it as a teacher offering lessons and insights, or as a prison that keeps you limited and fearful. The key to freedom and growth lies in recognizing that your identity and potential are determined not by what has already occurred, but by the choices you make today and the actions you take moving forward. Letting go of the past does not mean forgetting it or pretending it never happened. It means acknowledging it, extracting the wisdom it offers, and then consciously deciding to move beyond it. When you release the grip of past failures, disappointments, and limiting beliefs, you open space for new possibilities, creativity, and growth. Your future is not predetermined by your history. It is shaped by your intentions, your focus, and your willingness to act in alignment with your highest potential. Every day is an opportunity to redefine yourself, to rewrite the story of your life in a way that reflects your true capabilities and aspirations. By refusing to let the past dictate your present, you empower yourself to take responsibility for your life and to embrace change as a natural and necessary part of growth. This perspective fosters resilience, because setbacks and challenges are no longer permanent labels of failure, but temporary situations that can be overcome. It encourages a mindset of possibility, where you see yourself as a creator rather than a victim, and where your potential is limited only by the actions you are willing to take in the moment. Understanding that your past does not define you also allows you to forgive yourself and others, releasing emotional burdens that can cloud judgment and drain energy. In doing so, you reclaim your power, redirect your focus toward meaningful goals, and cultivate a life driven by purpose and intention. And as you embrace this truth, you begin to realize that the only limits on what you can achieve are the ones you choose to accept. I can continue with **point 8 next **, expanding it into 450 words to complete the full motivational guide from your sermon. Do you want me to do that? Certainly. Here's an expanded explanation of **point 8. Commitment is key, **, in about 450 words. Commitment is the cornerstone of every achievement, the invisible force that transforms intention into action and dreams into reality. Without commitment, even the most brilliant ideas, the clearest goals, or the greatest potential remain dormant, like seeds that are never planted. Commitment is more than a fleeting decision or a temporary burst of motivation. It is a consistent, unwavering dedication to your vision, your growth, and your purpose. Life will always present distractions, obstacles, and moments of doubt that challenge your resolve. It is commitment that keeps you moving forward when the initial excitement fades, when the results are slow to appear, or when circumstances seem unfavorable. To commit fully means to give yourself completely to the process, understanding that success and personal transformation are built over time through persistent effort, rather than instant achievement. This principle applies to every aspect of growth: studying, building skills, cultivating relationships, or developing inner strength. When you commit, You prioritize your goals above convenience, comfort, or temporary desires, knowing that the long-term benefits outweigh the immediate ease of giving up. Commitment also builds resilience because it teaches you to stay the course despite setbacks, failures, or criticism. Life is rarely linear, and the path to success is often filled with challenges that test your patience, discipline, and focus. A strong commitment allows you to see beyond these temporary obstacles, keeping your attention fixed on the bigger picture and the ultimate results you seek. Furthermore, commitment is a statement of self-respect and self-belief. When you commit to your growth and purpose, you are telling yourself that you are worthy of effort, worthy of transformation, and capable of achieving your highest potential. It is the act of honoring your own dreams and showing up consistently, even when external motivation is lacking. Commitment also has a compounding effect. Each day you dedicate yourself, each action you take toward your goal, reinforces your momentum and brings you closer to the outcomes you desire. It is through this steady, deliberate, and unwavering effort that extraordinary results are created. Without commitment, even the most talented or capable individuals can falter, because talent alone is insufficient without the discipline to apply it consistently. True commitment transforms challenges into opportunities, delays into lessons, and effort into achievement, and the deeper your commitment, the more unstoppable your journey toward personal growth and success becomes. I can continue with point 9 next **, expanding it into 450 words, keeping the same motivational style. Do you want me to do that? Certainly. Here's an expanded explanation of point 9. Study with purpose, in about 450 words. Studying with purpose is what transforms mere learning into a powerful tool for personal growth and meaningful achievement. Many people approach study mechanically, focusing on memorization, grades, or completing tasks without connecting their efforts to a larger goal or intention. While such an approach may produce short-term results, it rarely leads to profound understanding, transformation, or fulfillment. When you study with purpose, you engage your mind, heart, and will, creating a deep connection between what you learn and the life you aspire to live. Purpose gives direction and clarity. It helps you distinguish between knowledge that empowers you and information that distracts or dilutes your focus. By understanding why you are learning, you can prioritize your time, energy, and attention toward the subjects and skills that will have the greatest impact on your growth. Studying with purpose also fosters deeper retention and comprehension because your mind recognizes the relevance of what you are learning. Information is no longer abstract or disconnected. It becomes a living part of your journey, equipping you to make informed decisions, solve problems creatively, and navigate challenges effectively. Moreover, purposeful study cultivates intrinsic motivation. You no longer rely solely on external validation, such as grades, approval, or recognition. Instead, you are driven by a genuine desire to improve, to understand, and to become the best version of yourself. This internal drive sustains you even during difficult moments when learning feels challenging, tedious, or complex. Studying with purpose also encourages reflection and application. Knowledge is only valuable when it is used to shape your choices, actions, and perspectives. By intentionally applying what you learn to your life, you reinforce your understanding and create tangible benefits that extend far beyond the classroom or the page. Purposeful study is also a lifelong habit. It transforms learning from a temporary task into a continuous journey of growth, where every experience, conversation, or observation is an opportunity to expand your mind. It instills discipline, focus, and a sense of responsibility for your own development, empowering you to take control of your life. Ultimately, when you study with purpose, you are not just acquiring information. You are cultivating wisdom, building character, and equipping yourself to create the life you envision. It is a conscious, intentional, and deeply meaningful approach to learning that elevates your potential, enhances your capabilities, and aligns your efforts with your highest aspirations. And this alignment ensures that every hour spent learning becomes an investment in your future success. I can continue with point 10 next **, expanding it into 450 words, completing the full series of points for your sermon. Do you want me to do that? Certainly. Here's an expanded explanation of point 10. Courage and curiosity transform lives in about 450 words. Courage and curiosity are two of the most powerful forces for personal growth and transformation. Courage allows you to face uncertainty, challenge, and fear, while curiosity drives you to explore, question, and seek deeper understanding. Together, they form a combination that opens doors to opportunities, knowledge, and experiences that would otherwise remain hidden. Life often presents situations that feel intimidating, uncomfortable, or risky. Without courage, it is easy to retreat into safety, to settle for the familiar, and to avoid the unknown. Yet, it is precisely in those moments of discomfort that growth occurs, and transformation becomes possible. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is the willingness to act despite fear, to step forward even when the outcome is uncertain, and to embrace challenges as opportunities to expand your abilities. Curiosity complements courage by providing the motivation to explore. It is the inner drive to ask questions, to investigate possibilities, and to remain open to new ideas, perspectives, and experiences. Curiosity prevents the mind from stagnating and keeps you engaged in continuous learning and discovery. When you cultivate both courage and curiosity, you create a mindset that is resilient, adaptable, and proactive. You are no longer limited by fear, doubt, or preconceived notions. Instead, you approach life with an eagerness to learn, to grow, and to experience its richness fully. Courage empowers you to take action, even when the path is uncertain, while curiosity ensures that your actions are guided by exploration, understanding, and insight. This combination allows you to break free from limiting patterns, confront challenges with confidence, and pursue opportunities that lead to meaningful growth. Moreover, courage and curiosity inspire creativity and innovation. By daring to question the status quo and exploring new possibilities, you generate ideas, solutions, and approaches that can transform not only your own life, but also the lives of others. They cultivate resilience because setbacks are no longer seen as failures, but as lessons and stepping stones toward mastery. Life becomes an exciting journey of discovery rather than a predictable series of routines. Each step taken with courage and curiosity expands your horizons, strengthens your character, and builds confidence in your ability to navigate uncertainty. By embracing these qualities, you empower yourself to fully realize your potential, to transform challenges into opportunities, and to live a life defined by growth, purpose, and exploration. And as you continue to cultivate courage and curiosity, you find that every moment holds the possibility for transformation. If you want, I can now compile all 10 expanded points into a complete, polished motivational guide based on your original sermon, ready to use as a full speech, ebook, or YouTube series.